If you ask about the books that people read the most in the world, religious books and other famous books may come to your mind. Before the book we are talking about today became a book, it was a personal diary written by a 16-year-old Jewish girl. How exactly did a diary become so famous? The reason for that is that we all know that during World War II, Hitler hunted down Jewish families and killed them. So this diary is a diary written by a Jewish 16-year-old girl in fear of death. So, due to these reasons, this diary becomes very famous. In this video, we will see a small summary of what the Jewish girl has written in this diary. When we talk about Hitler, the Second World War comes to our mind. So at that time, we all know that Hitler started killing Jews. So, around 1929, a 16-year-old girl named Anna Frank, both of her parents were Jewish, and both of her parents were born in Germany. So their family was a rich family living in Germany at that time. But when Hitler started killing Jews, their neighbors, friends, relatives, and close friends all began to die day by day. So the little girl named Anna Frank started writing all these things in the diary she had with her. So at one point in this diary written by Anne Frank, she said, "I stopped going to school because I was a Jewish girl and my friends started dying day by day. So for this reason our whole family left everything they had earned and decided to go and settle in the Netherlands." So by that time, most of the Jews who lived in Germany left behind everything they had and fled to the Netherlands to save their lives. So this story is heard that Hitler, the Jews in Germany will go and settle in the Netherlands. So what did Hitler do? The Netherlands was also conquered by war. After that, Hitler started killing the former Jews in the Netherlands. Also, the Jews who escaped from Germany and are hiding in the Netherlands are tortured and killed. So this girl writes all this in her diary. That way, his father has worked in a factory. The three of them have started living in a small underground bunker at the same workplace. So their family has food some days and some days there is no food and they are hungry. They have lived a very sad life like this when they came to the Netherlands. Every morning when the sun rises, we will be able to live freely today, and we have a great hope that everyone will live in peace and happiness. Keeping these hopes in their hearts, they have lived this miserable life not for a month or two, but for 2 years. But even though they suffered so much, they were a rich family in Germany before Hitler killed the Jews. So Hitler's army came to the factory where their father worked from time to time and checked the factory to see if there were any Jews, but they were able to escape because they were hiding underground. There is more in the diary written by this little girl. Some days even when we hear the sound of footsteps, we feel the fear of death that our lives will end. 2 years later, one of the workers at the factory where the girl's father worked went to Hitler's army and gave the message that there was a Jewish family hiding underground. So immediately, Hitler's forces came into action and arrested these three. Arrested and tied like an animal, all three of them were pushed away. Like them, other Jewish people were tied up like animals in that vehicle. After that, Hitler's army decided to take them to one fortress. It takes 3 days to reach this fort. For those 3 days, the Jewish people were not given any food, drink, or toilet facilities. Anna Frank wrote all these things in her diary. That way, when they go to the fort, they are separated into 2 queues. One queue is male and the other queue is female. So Anna and her mother are in the same queue and Anna's father is in the other queue. Both these queues are slowly moving forward. At the end of both queues, 2 doctors check the Jewish people in the queue for any diseases. If there are no diseases, they are taken as slaves. But if there is any disease, They drag him to a room and fill that room with poisonous gases and kill that person. So luckily, Anna and her family are reported to be free of any illness. Because of this, they are sent to another fort to work as slaves. The problem here is that there is one fort for men and another fort for women. So, Anna and Anna's mother are enslaved in the same fort, and Anna's father is enslaved in a separate fort. Therefore, Anna's father does not even know what happened to his wife and child. But no matter what happened, Anna did not stop writing the diary she had in her hand. So when the Second World War is nearing the end, the German army is losing little by little, and then the majority who worked as slaves will find their freedom. So Anna's father is released and starts looking for his family members all over the Netherlands, thinking that they have found their freedom as well. But Anna's father cannot find these two. So, while being like this, Anna's father meets a woman who was enslaved in the same castle with Anna and Anna's mother. When Anna's father asked the woman about Anna and Anna's mother, she replied that they were slaves for a while and then both of them died. Moreover, she said that when she died, your daughter had only this diary, and she gave the diary Anna had written to Anna's father. So Anna's father reads this diary completely. According to the diary, even though Jewish people were employed in this fort, they were not allowed to eat or drink properly. No matter how much water was available, they were not allowed to drink any water. After some time, an epidemic has spread among these people. So somehow, this epidemic has spread to Anna's mother as well. This disease is contagious. So when Anna was waiting for her mother for some time, she died in a few days. When mother died, Anna was also infected with this disease, so Anna also died in a short time. Even when she died, the only thing she had in her hand was the diary she had written. That diary was brought to Anna's father. By this time, Germany had completely lost the Second World War. So it was around this time that various articles started to be published about the crimes committed by the German army. So Anna's father thinks that this diary written by his daughter should be published as a book. So, in the beginning, 3,000 copies of this book are printed and sold. This book is going to become popular among everyone. So he prints up to 1 million copies of this book and sells it. After that, it is translated into different languages and sold under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. So keep commenting below what you think about this story. Good luck to everyone.